How's it going, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Today we're doing something a little bit different. Now, we're going to be talking about a fight. And a fight that hasn't even happened yet. Between KSI and Deji and Logan Paul and Jake Paul. Maybe. So for those of you unaware, this fight stems from the fight that happened between KSI and Joe Weller, where they had a boxing match. And, you know, they had beef. They fought. KSI won a belt. And now he has the belt, and then he goes and he does this.
Jake Paul, Logan Paul, any of the Pauls, I don't care. Bring it.
So after he calls out the Paul brothers, they respond by trying to turn it around on him and ask for an MMA match because it's a real fight. It echoes what McGregor said when he was fighting Mayweather.
Term 2, it's an MMA fight. Mixed martial arts.
No headgear.
Boxing, soft. Headgear, soft. This is a real fight to see who is an actually better fighter. This is gonna be like a fun opportunity, and like people don't understand that like my background and Logan's background and like even my dad's background.
So why do the Paul brothers want an MMA match? Well, look at this. And this.
Wasn't very good at videotaping. Look, you got up.
And this.
Really smart.
They're trained wrestlers. They've been wrestling since they were children. All throughout school, they were having matches, they were competing, they were winning. Logan won an MVP award, for God's sake. Look.
The MVP, as voted on by the coaches in the tournament, is 170-pounder from Westwood.
There it is. He won an award for wrestling. No wonder they want to have an MMA fight. KSI has been studying boxing for 4 months.
4 months, bro. 4 months training, that's all I had.
His brother has no experience at all with boxing as far as anybody knows. And he's definitely not in shape at the moment based on Team 10's like absolute destruction of his image with their most recent videos.
Bro, he's got a hand in the pocket.
Bro,
he's just so scared. He looks like he's gonna
mean.
cry. He looks like he's gonna cry.
So very sad.
Oh my god.
I was puking the other day.
Wait.
I'm in no condition to fight.
What?
I'm in no condition to fight.
Did he say I'm sick?
Wait. I'm so ashamed that a like you came from my city.
Whoa, hold on. First thing I noticed, man boobs.
It would not go down well if either of these, if KSI or Deji fought either of the Paul brothers in an MMA fight. Because they have only stand-up experience at best. They have puncher's chances, whereas the Paul brothers... Quick sip of my coffee, keep my whistle wet, keep me going. The Paul brothers would just take them down and smush them, like Calabib. That's what they would do. Now, what we're going to do is look at some of the footage that I found online of them fighting and training, competing, etc. And I'm going to talk over it and just kind of give a breakdown / analysis of how we might see the fight go if it were to materialize, we'll say, based on what we're looking at and what we know about KSI and Deji. Okay? So let's roll it. So what we're going to do now is look at some of the clips that I've gathered on Logan Paul and his wrestling career. He's wearing this blue helmet because he fractured his skull at the time, but just look at this. The difference between this and boxing. Look at what's happening here. There's level changes. He's dragging down. Look at this neck control. This would be like, see, look at this dive right here. Straight down and control. It's like side control, and now he's going in top onto mount, and it looks like he's like doing a submission, a pin. But the idea of this against someone who doesn't know how to do this, that's all you need to think about. Here he is again now without the blue helmet in the green singlet once again. And just look at the pressure he's putting on this guy. He's not giving him an inch to move as much as he can. They're constantly rolling and he's constantly transitioning around. Look at that, see, he's spinning, he's turning him over so easily. Once again, here he is in the green. Now, look at the power as he's clearly gotten bigger and older now as these are home videos we're watching. Look at that, straight onto the back. And the helmet's actually come off there during this. But look at the pressure again. The same in all these fights, it's him on top and grinding. Now he's on the left here. He's the clearly bigger guy, for sure. Now look at this explosive, look at that athleticism. Straight around onto his back like it was nothing. And again, here we go. Big drag and right around to his back. It's like he's cheating. It's like magic. It's crazy how fluid it is. You know what I mean? This with punches, this with actual strikes. It's just terrifying to even think of. Imagine KSI or Deji against this now. Just look at the way he's spinning around this guy, and this guy knows what he's doing and how to defend this. He's just not doing it against Logan. So here we have Jake. He's starting on the bottom here. So watch this. Right on the whistle. Up, grabs the leg, he gets straight out and spins out from control. Now we can see he's on the top here, he's controlling. His opponent is doing a great job. He's making his way up, but then Jake, look at that, pulls him back down again. He's staying on his back, keeping his weight on him.
So after seeing this footage, you know they can wrestle. They clearly have ability, like athletic ability and skill, although Logan more so than Jake, based on the videos that we're seeing here. That against someone who has no idea what a takedown is, let's just quickly shout out KSI's boxing fight where there was an accidental takedown.
Serious headshots there.
Against a guy who doesn't know how to not fall down when someone puts their weight on him, there's no competition. The wrestler is going to destroy them. And when you allow actual strikes, it's going to be... they'll just smush them into the floor. KSI and Deji would need like a minimum of 1 year's training with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and takedown defense alone, just to not get smushed by these guys. And they've been wrestling all their lives. Let's reiterate that again. Since they were kids in school. This is why they're asking for the MMA match, why they are afraid of the boxing match. They will lose because they probably don't have any other martial arts abilities. Otherwise, they wouldn't be trying to change it to MMA where takedowns are allowed.
Now watch KSI, look at that jab. Jab, 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 stuck in his face the whole time. He's good movement, he keeps moving out, he's circling. Look at that, he's circling away every time and he's stinging him with these body shots. Like, he's got good hands, look at this. This is 4 or 5 months of training. The jab is constant, he's moving all around, cardio for days. Now watch here, look at that. He's just sticking his hands in Joe Weller's face. Joe's not doing anything, he's just taking them and slapping back when he can. But look at the blood on his face. This now against one of the Paul brothers who only know how to wrestle. This is what they're scared of. Look at this power. Like, JJ's got hands and he's got confidence and he's got ability. Like this, when he trains more, imagine him with another 4 months training, what he's gonna look like. When he's sharpened up all this stuff, when he's had enough sparring that he's not even phased by coming into this anymore. Speaking of phased, shout out Phase Sensei. Oos. KSI has taken him apart at this point now. Referee's close to stopping this match. And this is round 3 of 6. He's making quick work of this guy after 4 months training. Look at him, slapping his chest. He's coming out digging. Look at those shovel hooks. Bam, bam, bam. Look at that. He is teeing off and it's not finished. He's giving him another standing count. I don't know why they're pausing it. Like, it's basically over. Here we go now. Watch KSI. Boom. Boom, 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 big slaps, unanswered, it's over. There was no need for that big stop, it was over when it was over, and everyone rushes in.
Okay, now that we've seen clips of everyone fighting and training and stuff, this is probably what it would look like if they had an MMA match. That is what currently, with the level of training that's there on all sides, that's currently how that fight would go. There is no hope, bar a puncher's chance, that KSI or Deji beat either of the Paul brothers in an MMA match. Okay? In a boxing match, however, Deji still has no experience. He probably loses. Sorry, Deji, whatever. KSI, however, is training with pros, semi-pros, and has already competed on a big stage too, you know? 25 million people watched it, but in the arena it was full. It was completely full. So performing live is a lot of experience already, and that transition to training and then under the lights is a big difference that a lot of fighters talk about if you follow the sport at all. JJ and Deji, KSI and ComedyShortsGamer, are dead right to not accept this fight. They're dead right to not do MMA. KSI won a belt in boxing. The beef began with boxing. Why submit to the Paul brothers and then have an MMA fight? You know what I mean? Just because you built an octagon in your sitting room doesn't mean that everyone else should have to fight you because you built an octagon, you know? No one should have to fight in MMA just because you got some gear. Sorry, and you're loaded anyway, dude, whatever. But yeah, I'm definitely on team JJ and Deji. They 100% should not be taking this MMA fight. And yeah, after seeing all the footage, I hope you probably agree and have some idea of how this fight would go and will go if it does happen. At the moment, nothing has been agreed. Most recently, Deji and Jake met up and didn't fight. Jake just danced around and was really cringy. So maybe there'll be another video as more pops up. But at the moment, this fight is it's not real, and it should stay boxing, definitely. Stay with where it started. Don't change it just for the Paul brothers because they have a chance at winning and, you know, winning relevancy. Don't give in to them. Don't feed the ego. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hopefully this was interesting, and you know, subscribe because, you know, just subscribe for the boys. Do it for the boys. Okay? Thank you. We'll see you next time.